Laikipia County, with vast plains and robust people, has a secret.
Interesting.
Metropol TV, in partnership with Laikipia County, would like to make this secret known to you. The secret is all the amazing innovations taking place within Laikipia County. Each
Welcome back to the Think Business Banking Awards 2020. My name is Ondiro Oganga. Thank you also for being patient with us as we wait for our guests to log in, as we have a chat with them, as we just get them in the mood for the award ceremony that will begin very shortly. But before we get over to that, we want to speak to Fanuel Masoro, who is a partner at PKF, and they are auditors of the judging process. I mean, we have to ensure that it's free and fair so that we award those that truly deserve the recognition. Fanuel?
Thank you so much. Good evening, viewers. My name is Fanuel Masoro, as has been told. The partners and management of PKF are very proud to be involved with the banking awards as the judging process partners. Mm-hmm. Our role in these awards has been to provide oversight to the judging process. While maintaining our independence, our objective has been to protect the integrity of the outcome, ensuring that transparency, objectivity, and consistency is maintained throughout the judging process. These awards have been won on a combination of merits as outlined in the award criteria, which provided valuable guidance and measurability in the judging. In competitive awards such as this one, it is important to ensure that your entry and other publicly available information about your entity clearly demonstrates to the judges your response to each of the criteria. We are pleased to say that the judges, very ably led by the chief judge, consist of notable individuals with an in-depth knowledge of business, as well as accomplished professionals in their fields. The judging process required a combination of the judge's own knowledge and expertise, together with the information from the entries received, published financial information, and surveys that make appropriate decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, and viewers, we are happy to state that we are satisfied with the judging process, and that a fair, transparent, and objective results that will be announced in a moment are true representation of the judging process. We want to thank the participants and congratulate the winners. I hand you back over to our Chief Judge, Mr. Song. Mr. Song, please.
Your turn.
Thank you very much, Fanuel, and thank you, the founder of this Think Business Award, Mr. Olo. My name is Samu Mukoko, and I've been participating in this process for a long time. Notably, this is the 16th edition of this judging process, and the reason it continues to be attractive to the banking sector and the general public is that it is an inspiration to customers when they hear how their bank is performing, judged from another perspective other than that of the regulator. Customers want to know where their bank stands in terms of key areas as innovation, customer service, and just the financial strength that the bank demonstrates. This, of course, comes from a long history of banking failures that we have seen in the market, and that confidence needs to be inspired both from the regulator perspective and an independent, objective eye like Think Business. We know that banks also are keen to participate in this process because of how it assists them build their brand equity and also get some sort of benchmarking as part of peer development. Banks that belong in the same category will then know how they are performing against their peers. Those who aspire to move from their category to another one will be able to know what the others are doing. And therefore, the process remains an important process and will has a long lifetime value. So from the perspective of the judges, it's very clear how the judges are selected. Judges are highly professional people, well qualified in their area of discipline. So I just want to go through the names of the judges who participated in this whole process as we move towards revealing the performance of the various banks. Now, first on the list was David Cracknell, MD of First Principles Consulting. David is a renowned banker in this market and has been participating in the process for a long time. Second is Mr. Mbugwa Njihia, Director, Sure Corporation, is an ICT expert. Dr. Ferdinand Othieno, Dean at Strathmore Institute of Mathematical Sciences, who was actually the Chief Judge and in whom I stand in issue to be able to present the list of judges and the results of the judging process. In Cluster B, there was Silas Onyango, Finance Controller, Goodrich Kenya Limited, Raymond Ngatia, MD Suvel Marketing, Anthony Wangasha, Stanford School of Business, and in Cluster C was Daniel Kamau, Research Manager, Infotrack Research and Consulting Limited, Mr. Simon Mukoko, that's myself, CEO, Metropol Corporation, in area of credit risk management, and Mr. Dana Wendo, CEO, Home Africa, a property management company. So that's the list of judges who participated in this process. Thank you very much.
You look like you have an envelope, so we are nearing that time.
Exactly. And I have the pleasure to hand over the list of those who made it.
Although you and I are
Hand it
supposed to
over
clap
to-
at this part.
Yes. So
On
these are the
behalf of
winners.
the people.
The envelope is sealed, as you can see. So I hand it over to the Chief Judge.
Thank you very much. We shall be opening the envelope as it unveils those who have taken the various prizes as per the judging process.
Well, we shall come to that in a short while. Right now, we want to take a breather so that Mr. Sabo Mkoko and Fanuel can open the envelope and hand it to me so that on the other side of the break, we can be telling you who has excelled and emerged top at this year's 2020 Think Business Banking Awards. And previously, if you've been watching from the beginning, Olo said he doesn't know the winners, so we'll be keen to watch out on his reaction if he's surprised to show that he clearly didn't know who the winners are. If you're joining us via Zoom, I hope you keep it here. I hope you're enjoying the process. I know adrenaline is pumping, but worry not. In a couple of minutes, we'll be back and get into it.
Business doesn't wait. Why should you? Get updated with the latest business news on the go. It's simple. SMS the word news to 20146 and receive breaking news on the go. What are you waiting for? SMS news to 20146 now.
My name is Shiko Kimani. I am the proprietor for Paprigano Restaurant and Pub in Nakuru, Milimani. I started this restaurant in 2008. Paprigano, the name, is actually a combination of paprika and oregano. Paprigano. So those are the herbs we use when we are doing our barbecues. Smeka is, I would call it a system that allows you as an entrepreneur to to load all your transactions. It helps you monitor your cash flows. You are actually able to pull out a profit and loss statement from the system. You can also pull out your LPOs from the system. The better part of it is the banks are able to access your daily routine, your inflows, your outflows, like that. And so when the banks do that, then they actually don't need so much documentation when you want a facility. You can actually just get a facility in 24 hours. Yes, so the bank can be able to see what you buy, what you don't buy. Okay, your stock is low. They can even call you and ask you, okay, we've seen your stock is low. Can we, come in and assist you? And you can also request for loans online. So I think it's a really good product. And once the entrepreneurs know about it, it would be very good, because even if you go to the bank for a facility, they always ask you for the documents. A lot of entrepreneurs don't have the documentation that I sold this today, I sold this in a month, what's your turnover, So yeah, it has been really helpful. I would recommend Smeka to any entrepreneur because it actually organizes you. You're able to have your documents in place, you know your net worth, you're able to plan, you're able to budget, and that is what entrepreneurs need to become successful.
To register your business on Smeka platform, call 0715 830 690. Smeka, your highway to business financing and automation.
Laikipia County, with vast plains and robust people, has a secret.
Interesting.
Metropol TV, in partnership with Laikipia County, would like to make this secret known to you. The secret is all the amazing innovations taking place within Laikipia County. Each week, we shall be letting you in on one secret. It's not a secret anymore. We bring you the hidden gems of Laikipia County. At this time, only on Metropol TV.
Managing your finances starts with questions. Where do I put my money? What opportunities are available for my money? What ratios should go into savings, spending, and leisure, if you may? Now, trying to answer all these questions can sometimes mean you have to understand concepts like savings, loans, forex, stock markets, and sometimes politics, and honestly, sometimes it can get a bit overwhelming.
On Eye on the Money, we take you through intelligent investment and finance management decisions so that you keep track of every coin that comes out of your pocket.
My name is Richard Ngatia, the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry President. For factual business news, I want to urge you to watch Metropol TV.
Is it too long? Is it too short? Has it captured everything? And am I regurgitating what I already wrote in my resume? These are some of the questions that people ask themselves when they're writing their cover letter. Welcome to Job Hunting 101, where we equip you with tips and tools on how to prepare for a job interview and secure it. And today we'll be talking about how to write a cover letter. Welcome back to the Think Business Banking Awards 2020 here on Metropol TV. My name is Ndiro Ganga and we are ready to get into it. The envelope has been handed to me and we want to begin awarding our list of winners. Now, drum rolls please, drum rolls, because we want to start with the first category, which is Best Recovery Awards. And the second runners-up goes to Access Bank Kenya, formerly Transnational Bank Kenya. First runners-up, Middle East Bank, and the winner of this category is Kingdom Bank, formerly Jamii Bora Bank. Well, because 2020 was a really difficult year, we have to give these people the credit they deserve. And we take it again for Best Recovery Award amid a pandemic. The second runners-up goes to Access Bank Kenya. The first runners-up goes to Middle East Bank. And the winner of this category is Kingdom Bank, formerly Jamii Bora Bank. For bank with the lowest tariff for individuals, the second runners up here is the African Banking Corporation. First runners up is EcoBank, and the winner of this category is Equity Bank Limited. We go to the bank with the lowest tariff for SMEs. Although you're here with me, so we could as well just answer the question, Best Recovery Award. what criteria, or rather, what does this award stand for?
Well, it is common for banks to have difficulties sometimes. And what happens is that when they get out of that, I think it's something worth commending. And you bankers, and I think a lot of people know that Jamii Bora, while it was Jamii Bora, had actually quite some issues. But when it was acquired by Coop Bank and they injected some capital, the bank actually moved from a loss of, I think, more than 400 million shillings in 2019 to a profit of, I think, more than 170 million shillings in 2020. I think that is commendable. I mean, in just 1 year, making that kind of leap, yeah.
And amid a pandemic.
And amid the pandemic, I think it deserves some commendation.
Now we move, as promised, to banks with the lowest tariff for SMEs. The second runners-up is Consolidated Bank Kenya. First runners-up, Paramount Bank Kenya, and the winner is Guardian Bank. Moving on to banks with the lowest tariff overall, the second runners-up in this category is Consolidated Bank of Kenya. The first runners-up, Guardian Bank, and the winner of this category is Access Bank Kenya. Well, we're moving at a really great pace, and we would like to continue awarding our winners. We will also be giving an opportunity to some of these winners to say a word or two in accepting their awards, in accepting the recognition that they've been given today, a sort of a stamp of validation from their peers in the banking sector, because why not? This is their moment. As we move on, Best Bank in Mobile Banking. The second runners-up, we have CDN Bank. The first runners-up, we have Diamond Trust Bank, and the winner in this category is Equity Bank Kenya. Although amid the pandemic, most of the banking transactions were moved to the mobile phone and they all became digital. Why did Equity excel at this and is getting recognized today?
I think one of the most beautiful things about the Equity handled the pandemic was they moved a lot of their banking, of their services to the customers, to the banking platform. In fact, I think probably more than 70 or 80% of the transactions that the customers are doing were actually mostly on the mobile platforms and other platforms rather than actually going to visit the branch.
Okay, now we move to customer service, and the most customer-centric bank, second runners-up goes to Equity Bank Kenya, first runners-up Credit Bank, and the winner is Victoria Commercial Bank. We move to Best Microfinance Bank in Customer Satisfaction. We only have one winner in this category, and the winner is U&I Microfinance Bank. Best Bank in Customer Service Tier 4, we have two winners. The first runners-up is the Middle East Bank, and the winner is Paramount Bank. Well, the Best Bank in Customer Satisfaction Tier 3, the second runners-up is CDN Bank, the first runners-up ABC Bank, and the winner is Credit Bank. We move to Best Bank in Customer Satisfaction Tier 2. The second runners-up is the National Bank of Kenya. The first runners-up, Bank of Baroda, and the winner is Prime Bank. Moving on, best bank in customer satisfaction tier 1. The second runners-up is Equity Bank. The first runners-up is Standard Chartered Bank, and the winner is Diamond Trust Bank. Although before we award the best bank in customer satisfaction overall, what role did good customer service play in keeping banking services going on and the banking sector staying afloat and services flowing to those who walk into the banks amid the COVID-19 pandemic and all the restrictions that the pandemic caused and the disruptions?
I think let me first explain a little about how we did this. We wrote to all the banks asking them to participate in our nationwide customer satisfaction study. Now, we had a total sample of about 2,500. And there was a minimum number. So the banks that we had competing, I think, who actually did meet the threshold were roughly about 15. And I think at this time of the pandemic, it is very important to get a pat on the back from your customers. And I mean, you can see that there's been some very good accolades from some of the customers for the service they've been getting. If you look at the customer satisfaction index for some of those banks, actually they're quite high, they're in the 80s, yeah, which is very impressive. So I think that's a pat on the back of the banks that have been taking good care of their customers.
And what role did good customer service play in the banking sector and keeping services going amid the pandemic?
I think it was critical that happened, yeah. And I think a lot of the customers that we spoke with were saying that they were just happy about how banks made it easy for them to be able to access their funds and also to keep them safe from the pandemic. So I think they really did think that some banks did excel in making that, I mean, life a lot easier for them. Yeah.
Now we move to best bank in customer satisfaction overall, and the second runners-up is Prime Bank. First runners-up, Standard Chartered Bank, and the winner of this category is Diamond Trust Bank. Now to a very interesting category that has several ties everybody must win. Best banks to borrow from, and this just shows the progress that the banking sector has done. If we have this many ties when it comes to best banks that are lending credit to people out there. For the second runners-up, we have a tie between Kingdom Bank, Housing Finance, Credit Bank, First Community, and Kenya Commercial Bank. At first runners-up place, we have Equity Bank Kenya, and the winner here is Bank of Baroda. Although when we say best bank to borrow from, do we mean in terms of interest rate? Do we mean in terms of the repayment period? What are we talking about?
When you borrow from a bank, the initial cost of borrowing is not just the interest rate that you're going to pay. There will be legal fees, there will be other fees that the bank charge you for handling that particular loan. So when you say the best bank to borrow from, you are looking at that in totality. So you're not just looking at the interest rate. The banks actually, I think like Baroda, do not actually charge you any other cost apart from the interest rate when you're taking a loan for them for the first time. So this is actually this is really meant for the consumer, the customers of the banks. I think it is important that a customer knows which bank is good for them if they want to go and borrow. Yeah.
Okay, now moving to fastest growing microfinance bank in the country. Second place we have U&I MFB, and first place we have Caritas MFB. Best microfinance bank in product innovation, or rather the best microfinance bank in agriculture and livestock financing. We have two winners. Second place goes to Faulu Microfinance Bank, and first place Sumac Microfinance Bank. We now move to Best Microfinance Bank in Product Innovation. At second runners-up place, we have U&I Microfinance Bank. At first runners-up place, Faulu Microfinance Bank, and the winner of this category is Maisha Microfinance Bank. And not to worry, our digital team and our able team that's working behind the scenes is ensuring that we are looking for these winners as this event continues. Remember, it's a live event, streaming live on Facebook, streaming live on YouTube, and also streaming live on Zoom. So we are trying to get the winners so that they can also have a say and savor this moment of victory for them. We move to Best Microfinance Bank in Digital Banking. At third place, we have U&I Microfinance Bank. Second place, Faulu Microfinance Bank. And first place is Maisha Microfinance Bank. Now moving to Best Bank in Digital Banking. At third place we have Equity Bank. At second place we have CDN Bank, and the winner of this category is Kenya Commercial Bank. Now to Best Bank in Sustainable Corporate Responsibility. Third place goes to ABC Bank, second place Kenya Commercial Bank, and the winner of this category is Equity Bank. He has been winning Corporate Social Responsibility Award for a long minute now, as millennials would say. Olo, why is that?
Well, I think they have a very solid strategy when it comes to handling CSR. And they have a foundation called the Equity Foundation. You all know about the Wings to Fly program, and mainly most of their programs are around education. Yeah, the other programs are not about educating kids, but also actually equipping business people with the skills they need. So I think the amount of money they spend on CSR and the ability to actually also get other partners to join in and help them support the causes they do is really what puts them apart from the other banks when it comes to CSR.
Now we move to Best Commercial Bank in Microfinance. Second place we have National Bank of Kenya, and the winner of this category is Equity Bank Kenya. Well, we move to the most efficient microfinance bank, and second place we have U&I Microfinance, and first place Sumac Microfinance Bank. We move to the most efficient bank, and at third place we have I&M Bank. At second place we have Bank of Baroda, and at first place we have Bank of India. To trade financing, awarding only the best. In the third place is Kenya Commercial Bank, second place Credit Bank, and the winner is Equity Bank. Moving on to best bank in agriculture and livestock financing. At third place we have CDN Bank, second place Absa, and the winner is Equity Bank. Moving on to best bank in asset finance. At third place we have Kenya Commercial Bank, second place Diamond Trust Bank, and the winner of this category is Equity Bank. We move to best bank in Islamic banking, and third place goes to First Community Bank, second place Absa, third place rather goes to First Community Bank, second place goes to Absa Bank Kenya, and the winner of this category is the Gulf African Bank. We move to best bank in mortgage finance, and third place we have Bank of Baroda, second place we have Equity Bank, and the winner of this category is Kenya Commercial Bank. We move to SMEs now. The best bank in SME banking, third place Absa Bank of Kenya, second place Equity Bank, and the winner is Diamond Trust Bank. Which bank in the country excels in marketing its product? Best bank in product marketing, and third place goes to ABC Bank, second place Absa Bank Kenya, and the winner of this category is Kenya Commercial Bank. Moving on to best bank in product innovation, third place goes to National Bank of Kenya, second place Diamond Trust Bank, and the winner is Equity Bank Kenya. Best bank in agency banking, at third place we have Cooperative Bank of Kenya, second place Kenya Commercial Bank, and the winner is Equity Bank Kenya. Moving on to best bank in internet banking, third place we have CDN Bank, second place Middle East Bank, and the winner of this category is Equity Bank Kenya. We now look at best bank in corporate banking. Second runners up Kenya Commercial Bank, first runners up Absa Kenya, and the winner is Citibank. the best bank in retail banking, and second runners-up is Equity Bank, first runners-up Absa Bank Kenya, and the winner is Kenya Commercial Bank. We now move to Special Judges Award for Product Innovation, and second place goes to Equity Bank Kenya, and the winner is National Bank of Kenya. Now, these two categories are really interesting because they award individuals the Chief Executive Officer of the Year. There can only be one. And the winner of this category is Dr. James Mwangi of Equity Group. Now, who are the outstanding young bankers of the year? Second place goes to Wilson Mutai of Faulu Microfinance Bank, and first place Edwin Joroge Kiburu of Equity Bank Kenya. Now to the overall best microfinance bank in Kenya. Third place goes to U&I Microfinance Bank. Second place, Maisha Microfinance Bank. And the winner is SMEP Microfinance Bank. Five more categories to go. This is where everybody's on the edge of the seats. We want to know who reigns supreme in the big boys club of banking. But before we do that, we want to take a short breather so we can also connect with our winners and have them say a word or two before we get to award the last five categories. We'll be coming back to you shortly after this breather. Stay with Metropol TV.
Business doesn't wait. Why should you? Get updated with the latest business news on the go. It's simple. SMS the word news to 20146 and receive breaking news on the go. What are you waiting for? SMS news to 20146 now.
My name is Shiko Kimani. I am the proprietor for Paprigano Restaurant and Pub in Nakuru Milimani. I started this restaurant in 2008. Paprigano, the name, is actually a combination of paprika and oregano. Paprigano. So those are the herbs we use when we are doing our barbecues. Smeka is, I would call it a system that allows you as an entrepreneur to load all your transactions. It helps you monitor your cash flows. You are actually able to pull out a profit and loss statement from the system. You can also pull out your LPOs from the system. The better part of it is the banks are able to access your daily routine, your inflows, your outflows, like that. And so when the banks do that, then they actually don't need so much documentation when you want a facility. You can actually just get a facility in 24 hours. Yes, so the bank can be able to see what you buy, what you don't buy. Okay, your stock is low. They can even call you and ask you, okay, we've seen your stock is low. Can we, come in and assist you? And you can also request for loans online. So I think it's a really good product, and once the entrepreneurs know about it, it would be very good, because even if you go to the bank, the bank for our facility, they always ask you for the documents. A lot of entrepreneurs don't have the documentation that I sold this today, I sold this in a month, what's your turnover, you know. So yeah, it has been really been helpful. I would recommend SMECA to any entrepreneur because it actually organizes you. You're able to have your documents in place, you know your net worth, you're able to plan, you're able to budget, and that is what entrepreneurs need to become successful.
To register your business on SMECA platform, call 0715 830 690. SMECA, your highway to business financing and automation.
Laikipia County, with vast plains and robust people, has a secret.
Interesting.
Metropol TV, in partnership with Laikipia County, would like to make this secret known to you. The secret is all the amazing innovations taking place within Laikipia County. Each week, we shall be letting you in on one secret. It's not a secret anymore. We bring you the hidden gems of Laikipia County. At this time, only on Metropol TV.
Managing your finances starts with questions. Where do I put my money? What opportunities are available for my money? What ratios should go into savings, spending, and leisure, if you may? Now, trying to answer all these questions can sometimes mean you have to understand concepts like savings, loans, forex, stock markets, and sometimes politics, and honestly, sometimes it can get a bit overwhelming.
On Eye on the Money, we take you through intelligent investment and finance management decisions so that you keep track of every coin that comes out of your pocket.
My name is Richard Ngatia, the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry President. For factual business news, I want to urge you to watch Metropol TV.
Is it too long? Is it too short? Has it captured everything? And am I regurgitating what I already wrote in my resume? These are some of the questions that people ask themselves when they're writing their cover letter. Welcome to Job Hunting 101, where we equip you with tips and tools on how to prepare for a job interview and secure it. And today we'll be talking about how to write a cover letter. Thank you for Welcome back to the Think Business Banking Awards live on Metropol TV. My name is Ndero Ganga, and we've been awarding those who've been resilient amid a pandemic and went ahead to excel in the services that they offer Kenyans in general. We want to cross over to some of the participants on Zoom who have been joining us. They're part of the banking sector, and they're some of the winners tonight. If Bernadette from National Bank could please unmute her microphone. Fred from Middle East Bank, please unmute your microphone. Apollo from Faulu Bank, please unmute your microphone. And finally, Gerald from Equity, please unmute your microphone. Who do we have first? So we have Fred Chumo, who is ready for us from the Middle East Bank. Fred, we want to, first of all, congratulations on the win. And what is your reaction? Because 2020 was a difficult year for all sectors doing business. So what does this mean for Middle East Bank?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. First, I would like to congratulate all the winners, for a well-deserved win. Well done to all of you. And secondly, I would like, on behalf of the Board of Directors, management, and staff of Middle East Bank, thank you very much for the awards. I think we won. We came first runners up in almost 4 categories, and this, I think, was a very good showing for the bank. We would not have done it without the patronage and support, first and foremost, of our customers, our members of staff, and our shareholders. We will continue to aim for excellence and do even better to deliver best in-class services to our customers and meet the collective aspirations of our stakeholders. Yes, 2020 was a very difficult year, but I think the banking sector was very resilient, as you have seen from the results, and from the first quarter results of 2021, you see a lot of banks have already posted very good results. I think the banking sector is in a very good place. Banking sector reacted and responded very well to the challenges that the pandemic brought on. And we saw banking a lot more digital innovations. I think we're in a very good space, and we are looking forward to a very exciting year 2021, despite all the challenges that the pandemic has brought. God bless and have a good night.
Thank you so much. That is Fred Chumo of Middle East Bank. Who do we have up next? Remember, we have Gerald from Equity Bank on standby. We have Bernadette from National Bank on standby, and Apollo from Faulu Bank on standby. Who do we have next? Apollo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, now if I look at my list, best microfinance banking, digital banking, first runners up, best microfinance bank in product innovation, best microfinance bank in agriculture. Microfinance banking amid the pandemic, how was it, and how did Faulu Bank manage to rise above the challenges of the pandemic to still provide these essential services to these microfinances?
Thank you very much. Last year was a very difficult year. And of course, as you have rightfully observed, a lot of our customers are in a very vulnerable space. So we did our best to ensure that we kept providing the right levels of support to these customers. And we are very proud to see that we have actually come through that difficult time. We were able to offer very special products and accommodate our customers. We set up special funds, offered special support to this very special group of customers, and we are really humbled today that you've given us all these awards. We were forced to become very innovative, come up with good digital solutions that allowed our customers to transact amidst the difficulty of physically visiting the branches. And I think one major thing we also did was to roll out agency banking. Although we have in excess of 500 agent locations spread across the country, and that really helped our customers to be able to access our services and the products. One of the key things that we saw last year in the backdrop of the pandemic customers saved more than they ordinarily saved, which we found very nice. That I think people have come to the realization that actually wealth is created from savings. And when you save, at least for a day, when you have a rainy, you save for a rainy day. And I think we saw a lot of that coming through with our customers. But all in all, I think we're also forced to come up with very unique products to support our customers, affordable, and we also offered very good rates on the savings products for the customers to feel that they're really making headway. So that's those, in a nutshell, those are some of the things we did. But I think more importantly is we are happy to see that a lot of businesses are turning around, and we are very optimistic that this will be a much better year than last year.
Thank you very much, Apollo, and congratulations once again. Two more speakers to go, Gerald from Equity Bank and Bernadette from National Bank. Who are we having up next? Gerald, Gerald, you can hear me?
I can hear you clearly, but my camera seems to have a small challenge.
Gerald, are you sure you're not in pajamas?
No. I'm in a suit, by the way. Yeah, I'm still in the office.
Nice try.
I'm still in the
Go
office. Thank you.
Go ahead, Gerald. This is your moment. Congratulations on all the wins that Equity has had so far. Equity is having a good night. How has business been for you amid a pandemic, and what does this mean for you?
Thank you very much to all who are on this call, particularly the fellow industry players, our host, the Think Business team, the judges, and all those who have joined us virtually across the country. I want to agree with my other colleagues that 2020 has been a very difficult year when we are operating in very unprecedented times because of the COVID. And because we are who we are because of the customer, we looked at the customer and we asked ourselves what we need to do during these difficult times. And one of the things we did is that we did restructure their loans, whereby we gave customers moratorium. We gave them a period whereby it can take a bit of time for them to start paying their loans. We actually also went heavy on digital platforms, whereby because of the government protocols that we are issued, we wanted our customer to access banking services through the digital platforms. And that's why we went very heavy. 98% of our customer went to the digital channels, and 98% of our customers went outside the banking hall, that is brick and mortar, and 96% of them were able to access products through the digital channels. We also waived the bank charges, quite a number of the bank charges, especially the digital charges. We waived them. We also gave quite a number of those SMEs and micro customers some oxygen in terms of boosting them to boost their businesses. So we also did give them some loans so that they can also improve on their businesses.
Mm-hmm. Gerald, what does this win mean for Equity Bank as an entity?
Today's win cements Equity's positioning in the region, that we are a bank with a regional group of presence, a one-stop shop for diverse financial solutions, ranging from banking, where we offer banking, insurance, investment solutions that speak to the needs and aspiration of our customers. That is the consumers, the SMEs, institutions, large enterprises. And we would not have done this without the support of the various partners, the government, the regulator, and particularly our customers. And we also want to assure all our stakeholders that we shall remain committed to our vision of championing the socio-economic prosperity of the people of Africa. So we are very, very grateful, and we are truly honored to receive these accolades today. So we thank our customer and all our stakeholders.
One final thing before I let you go. Your CEO, James Mwangi, has won the Chief Executive Officer of the Year. You work with him every single day, or technically you work with him. What's so special, or what's that thing about James that makes him special and makes him the dynamic leader and the trailblazing leader that he is being fitted for tonight?
Thank you very much for that good question. I would say that we are very, very proud for our team leader, Dr. James Mwangi. for being given this CEO of the Year award. One thing I would want to say that comes out very, very clearly with James is he's a hands-on CEO. Very, very hands-on when it comes to to knowing the customer, when it comes to everything that happens in the bank. He's a very hands-on. He comes very early in the bank, leaves late, so he's a hands-on person. That's what I would say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Apollo. You mentioned you're in a suit. What's the color of your suit?
Myself.
What?
Black.
Well, you can never go wrong in black. Thank you so much, Apollo. Gerald, rather. Now let's cross over to Bernadette of National Bank. Bernadette, can you hear me? Please unmute yourself. Bernadette. Well, we'll give technology a second. Sometimes you unmute your microphone and it takes a minute to pick your voice. Bernadette, as we wait for you to unmute, can you hear me? Okay, Bernadette, not to worry. We'll still give you an opportunity to speak and bask in your glory. Let's continue awarding excellence at this year's Think Business Banking Awards. The other category that we are going to look at is the best bank in Tier 4. At second runners-up place, we have Paramount Bank. First runners-up place, we have Middle East Bank. And the winner is Guardian Bank. Well, we move to the best bank in Tier 3, and the second runners-up is Kingdom Bank, formerly Jamii Borough Bank. First runners-up is GT Bank Kenya, and the winner is Habib AG Zurich. The best bank in Tier 2, at second runners-up we have Bank of India. First runners-up, Bank of Baroda, and the winner of this category is Citibank. The best bank in Tier 1. This is the second last category now. Second runners-up, we have I&M Bank. First runners-up, we have Kenya Commercial Bank. And the winner of this category is Equity Bank. The overall best bank in Kenya 2021. At second runners-up place, we have Citibank. First runners-up place, we have Kenya Commercial Bank, and the winner is Equity Bank. I mean, it's Zoom, so you can't see them celebrating, but there are people who are screaming at home and their families are really mad at them because it's about 9 p.m. currently, and screaming is not the most ideal thing, but it's their moment. They've worked for it amid a pandemic, and they must be celebrated. Just to put one or two things into context, how are best banks in Tier 1, 2, 3, and 4 selected? Ocheng?
I think it is important to first highlight the fact that when you're looking for the best banks in those tiers and also in overall best bank in Kenya, one of the most important things is their financial performance. So you must be a stable and solid bank. So we do an analysis which we publish in the banking survey every year, which basically looks at asset quality, capital adequacy, liquidity, and earnings of the bank. And we take them through a rigorous process of analyzing, I think, more than 12 parameters. So it's important to be solid financially as a bank in terms of your performance, but that's not all. We look at other things like innovation, we look at other things like customer satisfaction, the product range, the charges that you actually charge your customers when they borrow, and even the tariffs. So I think it is all encompassing in terms of what we look for. And sometimes the weighting is different, for example, in terms of the financial importance in a certain category is not necessarily the same as for another category. But at the same time, I think it is important to say the best bank that wins usually will be financially very stable.
Finally, the theme of this year's awards were Building Back Better After COVID. These banks are being awarded for being excellent banks, for performing excellently even amid a pandemic. How do we build back in the banking sector amid and post-COVID?
I think there's been a lot of learnings. If you look at even what we are seeing from Q1 results, the pandemic was a crisis. So I think banks have to learn about how to manage a crisis. There are lessons, great lessons on leadership. How do you lead a team? And there have been some other benefits that have come as a result of this. For example, how do you work with diverse teams that are not even in the same location and things like that. And there have been some savings for quite a number of banks and other companies because of the COVID. So it was obviously it has been bad, but the truth is there's been a lot of learning from it.
If there's one thing COVID-19 has taught us is people are resilient, economies are resilient, despite the fact that 2 million Kenyans lost their job, 2 million Kenyans slipped back into poverty, over 2 million over 2 million businesses were forced to shut down, over 60% of Kenyans took a pay cut. You know somebody, I know somebody who took a pay cut or has lost a job. We're still here as a country standing. Despite the losses that these sectors have had to absorb, the banking sector, for example, dealing with high credit risk clients, they're still here, they're still standing, and they're offering services at their level best. We will recover, and when we do, we will look back and appreciate the lessons that we've been able to pick from the pandemic. My name is Ndiro Oganga. It's been an absolute pleasure doing this with you here on Metropol TV, where we're the best. Who does this better than us? Nobody. I'll see you when I say